Bitcoin just pumped from $85,000 all the way up to $95,000 in 3 hours. That's pretty much a god candle. And honestly, when I was looking at the charts, it looked like it was on a downward trend. I thought it was on its way down to $76,000, but instead it reversed course and went straight up. And can you imagine this happened all on a Sunday? So in this video, we're going to be answering some questions on why this pump happened, what led up to it, and what are the implications of this kind of a move by Bitcoin and other altcoins. So what happened and why should we be alarmed? So it all started with Bitcoin hitting its all-time high of $109,000 because of the Trump presidency, and then it just kept going down from that point onwards. The first time it actually started to go down was when Trump announced the tariffs he wanted to implement on Canada and Mexico of 25%. And then he postponed that, and then the market recovered. And then he announces it again that he's not only going to implement the tariff on Canada and Mexico, he was also going to implement the 25% tariff on the entire EU. And that sent the market down even more. And at this point, they broke all the support levels, and we were looking at basically Bitcoin hitting about $76,000 per Bitcoin. And I was already prepared for this. It looked like the bull run was over and we were in for a global recession. And then what happened? I remember Eric Trump posting on Twitter on February 25 telling people to buy the dips. And then at 9 a.m. on March 1 Pacific Standard Time with a $4 million bet that's 50 times leveraged, which puts the position value at $200 million. And this trader's position was on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I'm not sure how much of his margin he used, but it looks like he used about at least 50% of his margin because I can't see anywhere the data on how much margin he had, but he made that $4 million long bet when the market was on a downward trend. So there were two things coming to my mind. This guy was either an insane gambler or he knew something that all of us didn't know. And sure enough, 24 hours after he opened that position, Trump posts this. A U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the Presidential Working Group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and Cardano. I will make sure that the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. We are making America great again. And then he has a follow-up tweet, and obviously Bitcoin and ETH as other valuable cryptocurrencies will be at the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. That post sent the crypto market to the moon. And that's when Bitcoin went from $85,000, reversed it, and went straight up to $95,000. And this trader that made that $4 million bet closed all his positions with a profit of over $6.8 million. And what's interesting about this is it all happened on a Sunday. Now, doesn't that make you wonder why Trump would make a post like that on a Sunday? According to Eric Trump, he said, "I love the genius of announcing a strategic reserve on a Sunday when traditional markets are closed and Wall Street sleeps. For the first time, retail investors win. Traditional finance better catch up or it will quickly become extinct. The world no longer runs on a Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And as I read this, I felt like there was something a little bit more sinister behind why Trump posted on a Sunday and how this one trader made a $4 million bet with a 50x leverage and go long on Bitcoin and Ethereum when the market was going down. This has all the classic signs of insider trading. Now, the big question I have is this: who owns this wallet? And if you look at it, this wallet just opened 1 month ago or 27 days ago. And it started putting all this money into this account in the last 27 days. And is this legal? And did Trump know about this? Was he complicit? At this point, this is very high-level market manipulation that I'm seeing. And it is quite possible that Donald Trump was in on it. If not him, maybe somebody very close to him. And that's why an independent investigation is a must in this case. They have to find out really what happened here because you have the highest level type of manipulation that can ever be done by a US president. And someone is profiting from this type of information. Because if the US president is using his power to be able to manipulate markets and to be able to profit from insider trades like this, then it will corrupt the entire system and it will ruin the integrity and trust in this market. And as much as I'm ecstatic that Bitcoin hit $95,000 and it's back again on an upward trend, I'm not too thrilled about the implications on how we got here. It feels too manufactured, it feels too manipulated, and I really don't think this is how it should be. Now, aside from the fact that somebody made a killing on this in the last 24 hours, what do you think really happened? I really think what happened was this. I think Trump was noticing that all his talks about tariffs has affected the cryptocurrency market and it's going down in value, and it's because of him. And then the press con with Zelensky was a total failure. And I think after talking to his advisors, he realized he had to do something to pump the market again. This way, his approval rating goes up again, and he's in good favors with the crypto community again. And then during that meeting, I have a feeling they discussed it and decided, okay, he's going to talk about the Crypto Strategic Reserve Fund, and he's going to be posting about it on Sunday. And either somebody in that meeting suddenly decided to tell somebody about it, or maybe one of them did open a position within 24 hours before Trump decided to post that tweet on a Sunday. And sure enough, when that post comes out, the markets pump hard, and that trader made $6 million, while the entire crypto market lost $545 million, getting liquidated with their short positions. So I really hope that they do an independent investigation on this, and heads have to roll because of this, because this is absolutely unacceptable. And then now let's talk about that crypto strategic fund that Trump was talking about. Because remember that the strategic fund is still in the process. So really, that post didn't mean that it was going to be done immediately. The only difference was he was reminding everyone about the crypto strategic fund. But this time, he indicated which cryptos they were looking at including in this fund, which includes not just Bitcoin, but also Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Now, I think this is a terrible idea. I think it should only be a Bitcoin strategic fund, because Bitcoin is different from all other altcoins. Bitcoin is the only one that's truly immutable, truly decentralized, and it has no board of directors, it has no managers, it has no developers, it has no office, it doesn't have a 1-800 number, it doesn't have a president. It's a pure commodity. It's a pure digital commodity, unlike everything else, which looks to me more like a security. All the other cryptocurrencies have either been hacked, have had outages, they're too centralized, they have people managing it, and it's not completely immutable. And putting this in the reserve fund along with Bitcoin actually makes the reserve fund prone to abuse and corruption. I mean, think about it. The government is going to be using government money, taxpayers' money, to be able to fund this strategic reserve. And by buying other altcoins aside from Bitcoin, they're going to be picking and choosing which one to buy, depending on what criteria are they looking at. And from what it looks right now, it seems like Brad Garlinghouse of XRP and then Charles Hoskinson was able to lobby their way to be included in this fund. And this is how it can be abused, and this is how it can be prone to corruption. And this is when this strategic fund is not pure anymore, when it should only be Bitcoin. When you think about it, how are altcoins going to be selected in the future if they're going to add more or they're going to take out an altcoin? Or what's the criteria to be able to be part of the fund? And how do we safeguard against abuse and corruption when it comes to funds like this? We've already had a glimpse of how Trump can manipulate the market. And now this could be a precedent on something more sinister in the future. I mean, at this rate, if you're going to do this fund with all the other cryptocurrencies, you might as well add stocks into it, like tech stocks, like maybe Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Google. What's the difference at this point? So what should Trump do moving forward? The best option is still to be able to do a Bitcoin-only strategic fund. Because I believe Bitcoin is the only one that is pure enough and that has all the properties they need to be able to help fix the financial and economic problems of the United States. Now, if they really want to add other cryptocurrencies into this fund, maybe make it an index fund of the top 10 cryptocurrencies or maybe the top 20. In that way, there's no way to be able to cherry pick which altcoins you're going to be putting and who gets to decide what to put there in this fund. And moving forward, I really hope that we don't see any more of this type of insider trading. And the government should really step in to find out what really happened and who was it that profited over $6 million in this one trade. And not just that, I hope that the Trump team gets their act together so that they can really pick. And I really hope that the Trump team gets their act together and decide to make it only a Bitcoin strategic reserve fund and take out all the other altcoins. What do you guys think? Do you think there was insider trading here and there was market manipulation? And do you think it should only be a Bitcoin fund, or do you agree with the crypto strategic fund? Write down all your comments in the comment section below. And if you like crypto content like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure to click on that notification bell so you're notified of my latest videos. Thanks so much, everyone. This is Chris Tan. I'll see you guys in the next video.